you all chose to come here tonight, because it's time to kind of start a new year, right? We're just wiping the slate clean. We've got a lot of new consultants in the room. So it just kind of dawned on me in the last few weeks that I really want us to really dive into the basics of the business. And with all the new tools that Mary Kay now has, if you want to see the kit, the new starter kit, it is unpacked out there in the foyer. Y'all didn't see it before you came in, but you can see it. It is there. It's beautiful. And I've had a lot of fun in these last few weeks. I've had it for about a month, but just going through it and working in it and getting our systems into place. And so what we're going to do for the next 8 weeks is this is boot camp, all right? So here's how it's going to work. This is your time for the next 8 weeks. So this runs through the middle of September, and you will have an opportunity to officially graduate from this. And we'll have our graduation ceremony during our Master Consultant Workshop, or actually our celebration event. You all can see some upcoming dates up there on the board. Make sure you put those in your date book before you go. So there's some special things coming up, events. We have our big Mary Kay events there that are listed there on the bottom that I wanted y'all to go ahead and have those things. Yeah, very smart. Take a picture of it. Y'all are brilliant. I'm the old-fashioned, I'll just write it down. Right, okay. All right, our techno babes there, you're brilliant. Those of you that officially complete all the assignments will also attend the special luncheon that day. But every week you get a chance to earn prizes. Y'all get excited about that? Yes. So here are the prizes up here. This is called Earn Your Stripes Collection. How cute is that? And it's everything from a tote bag to tumblers, money bags, sunglasses, the whole thing. And each week you have an opportunity to earn a prize. All right? Now, you can miss one training, okay, and still officially graduate. But the whole thing is we want you to learn every single week. There's going to be some homework assignments every single week. So when you come back, it's just like school. We'll go over all of that. All right? So let's start first with, somebody share with me why they started their business. Who would like to share their why? Nicole.
I started my business so I could be home with Aiden and not have to put him in full-time day.
Excellent. I love that. Perfect. Okay. Kristen, why did you start your business?
For fun.
Yeah.
I had like zero fun in my life. I work 40 hours a week and I take care of 2 small children. So I look forward to this. Yeah. It's girl time.
Exactly. I love that. Perfect. All right. You know, we all have different whys. Everybody has different reasons. And I will tell you this, your why is going to change over time as well. In the beginning, I did start it for fun and for shoe money. That's why. But boy, oh boy, did my why change. And it changed a lot over time. And it's changed over the years. So know that your why can change as time goes by. What I really want to stress to you in this next 8 weeks is patience, practice, and being a good student. Okay? Mary Kay always said school is never out for the pro. When you saw Mary Kay at events, Mary Kay would sit on the front row and she would actually take notes from the people who were speaking from the stage. So I don't want any of you to ever think, well, I've been doing this too long, this doesn't apply to me. Yeah, it does. You know, I would tell you all this, I could sit and watch somebody do a skincare class or a party once a week and I could learn something new every single time, okay? So know that, you know, things like, here's a perfect example. If somebody's training on how to work this business around children, that doesn't apply to me. But what I learned years ago is that that's going to apply to somebody that I'm going to work with, so I need to know those things, right? Okay, so expand your mind in that. Be here, you guys. Just go ahead and mark your Tuesdays. Be here. Mary Kay always said those who show up, go up. So true. I've never met a sales director who never attended a meeting. I'll just be honest, I've never met them. Because you all know how important it is to be here and that girl time and that fun time, and you'll never know what you're going to learn. And it could be that one thing that was exactly what you needed to hear, or you were right at the right mindset for it to make a huge, huge difference. So your graduation will be on September 23rd, okay? All right. So everyone can earn their prizes, but you've got to attend your trainings, do your homework assignment to be officially graduated, okay? All right, so let's start first with, I want each one of you to take one of these. There you go. This is fun. Being that we just got back from seminar, this is a fun track. We just kicked off a Mary Kay year. It just started July 1st, so we're only a month in. How many of you earned your bracelet? Here it is, I got it on. How many of you earned your bracelet this month? Congratulations, yay, that's exciting because you just set yourself up for the year-long contest. Now that's how the Kate Spade collection comes into play, is when you earn your bracelet every single month with your minimum total amount of orders of 600 wholesale every month, then you earn a bracelet, and at the end of the year, if you earned all of them, you get an extra 2,400 points onto the all-star totals, which will bump you up in that Kate Spade collection. All right, if it's free, it's for me. And this year, I want all the prizes, okay? By the way, did you all see the diamond earrings that many of us can earn this month along with our bracelet? Did y'all see this? What? Yeah, okay, yeah, aren't they beautiful hoop earrings? Diamond, 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 all the way around. And they're giving away several pairs. So how you earn it, how you get into the drawing is you earn your bracelet this month. Your name automatically goes in. How cool is that? It's not the person who does the most in a month, it's you earn the bracelet, your name goes into the drawing. I know, it's crazy, guys. I love Nathan Moore, I'm just saying. He is a great president.
He speaks our language.
He does speak our language. He knows what we want. But this sheet shows you the Queen's Court of Personal Sales and the Queen's Court of Sharing. These are two of our top courts that we are recognized for every single year. And so for Queen's Court of Personal Sales, it's when you do 40,000 retail in a year, not wholesale, but retail. Because why do we do retail? Because we get a lot of bonus points, like your Biz Builder bucks, that counts towards it, things like that. So your wholesale might be 600, but your retail value of that order is like 1,230, right? Those $30 add up over time, all right? So they count retail. Okay. So wait till next week, you can see Ashley's ring that she picked up. I took cash this time for quarter sales. I don't know what I'm gonna spend it on, but that's okay. But could you get excited about getting some diamonds this year? Yeah. Oh my word, you guys, for doing our job. And so this is how you track it. And I love it because you track it in $500 increments. It's pretty simple, isn't it? When you place your orders. All right, Queen's Court of Sharing there at the bottom, 24 qualified team members. Now, how does this work? The qualified means that when your new team members come in with at least a 600, she's automatically considered a qualified team member for the year. If she does not, but within the seminar year, she is a star consultant during one of those quarters, then she will count as one of your qualified. How many of you already have a qualified team member for the year so far?
I do.
Yes, I know. I know, Megan, Kristen, me. I love it. I love it. I have two. So that's fun. All right. This is exciting, you guys. Track your progress. Track your progress. And of course, for the Queen's Court of Sharing, you earn the coveted bumblebee. And there's several choices, a ring or a bracelet or the lapel pin, whatever you want. All right? Who's excited about that? Helping you to track, it's called Race to Red. Now, some of you have met some of our red jackets in this room. Now, these girls are hot to try, let me just say. I loved my red jacket team when I was a red jacket. Man, we were tight. We went to Mexican restaurant every Tuesday night after meeting. We were always scraping guacamole off of each other. I don't know how we got it on our butts somehow. Literally, we're like, can you scrape me around? I don't know what we did, but I have some really good times and memories from that time. And y'all, it's really fun. The women that you come up with in this business are the women that you really build memories with. And two of my dearest friends to this day, we were red jackets together. And they've gone on and grown, like me, great successful businesses. But so I want you to take a look at this. This is also going to be your way to track your success. Here's the thing I want you to write down. Follow the money trail, follow the prize trail. So whatever Mary Kay is throwing in front of us, that is what they want us to track. Follow the money trail, follow the prize trail. Okay? So one of the prizes that we can earn is our red jacket. And you can see there on the right-hand side, it breaks it down. When you have 3 active team members, now let's explain the difference between active and qualified. Active means that you have at least 3 team members who have ordered a minimum 225 wholesale this month or the past 2. That's considers them active, all right? A qualified means that she came in with a 600, right? And then from that point forward, that's how you count your actives. It's minimum 225. So when you have at least 3 of them, you are officially a star team builder. Now, if you're a star team builder in here, please stand. Who's our star team builders? Yay! Rachel, Nicole, woohoo! I love it. You all see their beautiful red jackets. Well, the new collection just debuted. Is it not gorgeous? Yes. So you can earn a brand new red jacket from Mary Kay. They're quite fabulous. You will also receive, beginning with your 4th team member, $50 bonuses on top of your commissions. And your commissions at that level are 4%. And that's based on whatever your team members order within the month to run their business. Okay? So at the end of the month, they look at Megan's team and say, Megan's team ordered X amount, and we're sending her a percentage of that amount from Mary Kay's half the dollar, along with $50 bonuses. Okay. Team leader, if you're a team leader, please stand. I mean, Megan. I love it. Yay. So Megan has at least 5 to 7 active team members. Now Megan is at the 9 or the 13% level. She's moved up. Okay. Went past 4%, 9 or 13. Why 9 or 13? All right. 9% is when you have 5 active and you're paid 9% on whatever your team does within the month. 13% is when you personally, as a leader of that team, order at least 600 wholesale within a month, and you have at least 5 of your team members who order a minimum 225, you get the 13%. Okay? You're also eligible to go on target for your car. All right? And that is 5 active team members. You and that 5 do a total of 5,000 wholesale within 1 month. You're officially on target. Isn't that cool? Get excited. Yes?
Yes.
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 We want to fill this parking lot this year with brand new cars. Future director means you have 8 or more active team members. Kind of cool. You're eligible to attend some special events, things like that. And then DIQ. DIQ is 10 or more active team members. This is a serious position. At this point, chances are you are on target for your car as well. That's how we roll in the Stokes Strong future area. You have at least 10 or more. You and that 10 go into qualification time. So the company begins to watch you. They're tracking you. You and that 10 build together. They give you up to 4 months to do it. You build together to a total of 24. Okay, so it's not just you, the leader of the team. It's the 10 as well who they're bringing onto their team as well. You build to that 24. Within that 4 months, you do a total of 18,000 within that 4 months. And you, the leader of that team, are then promoted to the top 2% of our company, which is sales director. And that's where life begins. Now, take a look at one of the events coming up. On October 4th and 5th, there's a DIQ Director Bootcamp in Lexington, Kentucky with National Sales Director Linda Tupin. Can I tell you that you want to be there? I will tell you all, it was that event, oh man, how long ago was that? Wow, probably 15 years ago, at least, if not longer. It was that event that I went to that shifted everything in my mind. Now, Linda is and forever will be my #1 mentor, Mary Kay. I think because she speaks my language literally. When I lived in Wisconsin, people thought I was her, but I would always use her choices, which is now CD or download. It was this cassette tape, for those of you who know what a cassette tape was. Yes, remember those things your parents probably had? Yes. Yeah. Well, that she had just come out with choices. And that was in the time that I earned my car. And y'all, I would send them out to my customers because I was moving a lot at the time like crazy. And I follow up with them. They listen to it. I follow up. They join my team. Right? And I said, whenever I earn this car, I'm going to go find her. I don't care where she is. I'm going to find her. And I'm going to thank her. And I'll never forget that day. Literally, she saw me from across the room. And I saw her start grinning because probably she saw the look on my face of, there she is. And I made a beeline towards her. And I told her, I said, I could not have survived the last 6 months if it hadn't been for you and your words. But she's from London, Kentucky. So that's why I say she speaks my language. We grew up in the same area. Matter of fact, my brother buys his dog houses from her dad. okay? So Linda and I have an interesting connection, but she has been my #1 mentor. You all, the things that I teach, this training actually came from her. Any training that you will hear, you probably hear me do, you'll say that sounds like Linda. Well, it should, because I've mimicked her for almost 20 years, okay? But always copy the right cat, and she's the right cat to copy. So she is doing a DIQ Director Workshop in Lexington, Kentucky, October 4th and 5th. You can qualify to attend as a DIQ. So when you're in DIQ, as of the end of September, right, rolling into October 1, you have at least 10 active women on your team. You have the chance to attend that event with me, and I will pay for your ticket. Now, and so will Ashley too, by the way, and Janet. Just so you know, they're doing that too. But if you are also on target for your car in that same process, I will also pay for your hotel stay. All right, so you go for free, right? And I would tell you, I would work so hard to go to that event. That would be, if y'all want to focus on something, focus on that. Because what it'll be, you're there as a DIQ, but y'all, you're surrounded by directors from all over the country. Y'all, people fly in from everywhere to be in her space. It's life-changing, all right? If you want to go learn how a top leader in Mary Kay thinks and works, you want to be there. It's life-changing, okay? All right, so does this make sense, your little tracking sheet there? Who's motivated by that? If you're motivated by that, you got to put it where you see it, all right? And you count it down. I would recommend you put this on your bathroom mirror. I already have an Argentina poster in my bathroom. So you all have this. Here's your roadmap. Yes, they know the roadmap. This is something, I've had very few original ideas over the years. I could probably count on one hand the originals I've come up with. This was mine. This is my idea. Isn't it, darling? And I paid somebody a lot of money to create this. But, you know, here's the thing. I work with a checklist. Anybody else like that? My whole world is a checklist. Everything about my life is a checklist. And so I kind of wanted to put that on paper, but simplify it, and to really help you to focus on, for new consultants, their first 45 days. Now, we're going to walk through this, because this is going to be part of what you're going to be focused on over these next 8 weeks. And I'll tell you exactly how you're going to fit into this. All right. Now, for those of you as well, I want you to see this, and I want you to think this thought. My new team members are going to get this. So this is how you support them as well. Because if you're going to be a recruiter in Mary Kay, you need to know how you can best support me leading them, okay? And then there's going to come a point, usually about your 2nd or 3rd month in DIQ, that I begin to back up, all right? I back out of the picture because they need to see you lead. And by your 4th month, they pretty much don't hear much from me. They're hearing from you. You're their leader. But I'm equipping you with the tools to help them. Does that make sense? So look at it that way. All right. So you can see how we all begin. The first check, order my starter kit. Check. It's like we like a check. And then they make their list of contacts. How many of you still have, or still carrying with you your list of contacts? You should always have a list of contacts, always and forever. I have a list of contacts in my date book right now. I always have a list. You should always have a list, okay? If you don't have a list, it's either because you're completely booked up, you don't have room for a list, or you've run out of people and you need to go find a list. You need to create one, okay? List of contacts. The next thing is their first orientation call. That is a welcome call from me. We chat. They know it. We've all done it. We chat a little bit. I get to know them. I get them ready for their next steps. Okay. Now, what I want you all to do on that is, if you're not new, if this is not new to you, you've been in Mary Kay for 6 months or longer, on that one, I want you to put a check mark for your first boot camp right there. So if you are attending right now, you can check that off. The other ones, they're new. They've had their orientation. All right. So then the next thing is, within 24 to 48 hours of ordering their kit, that's when they watch the video and have a planning session with me. The video, you all, most of you know. If you don't know, if you haven't watched it, it is myself with my 2 best buds, Vicki and Rochelle, and we're walking through the process of having product on hand and what that looks like. That video was also an original because I'm like, how do you get this into people's minds? And I wanted it to be more something that was more communicative, okay? And then people could really see 3 different stories in how we begin our business. And then, of course, my favorite video is the man's point of view. How many of you have not seen that from a man's point of view? Okay, they're really good, especially the men. It's darling. But you will hear literally from a man's point of view. We did not coach them whatsoever, and I said that was a rule to the videographer. I'm like, we're not coaching them, and then you'll see Vicky's 2 boys as well, which is hysterical. She wasn't allowed to coach them either, so she was mortified. But they did great. I'm like, they're boys. They're gonna say stuff like that, but it was cute. All right, so watching the video, that's one of your assignments, you guys. If you haven't watched them already, if you have, go ahead and check it off. If you haven't, go on to StokeStrong.com. You'll see it. It says click here to get started under training. And watch those. All right, the next box, place qualified order. Now this one is going to run through the month. For this one, it is, if you are not brand new, then it will be earn your bracelet this month. Okay, so mark out place qualified, earn your bracelet. Now the star order, that's why Taylor got her rolling tote. All right, so know that. When your new team members come in with a Sapphire Star or higher, one of their gifts from me is the rolling tote. Kind of nice, huh? I like that. But that's my you go girl, just because, there you go. You've got products on hand, so I reward you for that, okay? All right, the next one is set date for first party / grand opening. Now, some of these girls have already held their first party. Check, check. We got to get Brittany's booked. And if you're not new, then for you, I want you to book a party to be held this month. Okay, Taylor, you did yours. You did your grand opening. Okay. All right, we're moving to the next thing. Earn pearls of sharing. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Rachel, come up and hand these out for me, please. Rachel, hand out one. Nicole, hand out another one here, please. Okay. Pearls of sharing. It is a tradition in Mary Kay. If you did not have the chance to earn your pearls, you were like, oh man, I miss my pearls. Now is your time. You're going to get to earn them. This is exciting. Now, our new ones, they're focused on this, and we're moving ahead on that one. And congratulations, Brittany. You've got 2 already lined up this week. All right, so for this week, part of your homework assignment, everyone, your homework assignment is to hold 3 pearl chats with your sales director. That can be on the phone. It can be in person. It can be FaceTime. Whatever. We'll make it work. You might even choose to get a group together at one time, and we can host like a FaceTime kind of thing. All right? I want you to do 3 this week. Now, if you have earned the silver pearls of sharing, the silver collection, and you don't have the gold, you'll earn the gold. If you've earned the gold collection and you don't have the silver, you can earn the silver. So then you have choices with your pearls. Do I want to wear pearls and silver? Do I want to wear pearls and gold? Isn't that fun? We have both sets available. All right? Okay. So I want you to think about who are 3 women that you know that if they came walking in on my arm next Tuesday night, you would be like, are you kidding me? She was mine. Well, not if you didn't service her, all right? So I want you to think about that, you guys. Who would you choose to share this opportunity with? Now, this is a great time to really kickstart your month. And y'all, want to tell you something. Don't prejudge people. I'm going to tell you, it's the biggest mistake you'll make is if you think someone is too busy, too educated, works too much, doesn't live here, whatever. English may be her second language. I don't know. But don't prejudge people. Because you never know what's going on inside her heart and her head. And I'm the greatest example of that. All right? Nancy prejudged me for 2 years, thinking I would never want to do this. And she had no idea what I was praying for. And when I went to a Mary Kay event, my heart and mind aligned to exactly what I heard. And y'all, she was blown away. Blown away. And she honestly said, and I asked her, I finally said, why have you never shared this with me? And she said, I just didn't think you would be interested in this. I'm like, this so fits me to a T, right? So you never know. You never know. And guys, I'm going to tell you something. A no won't hurt you. Won't hurt you. But you never know. From that, she may say, no, this is not for me. And you'll watch through the process as we do these interviews, because some of you might just need a little bit of, might be a little rusty in sharing the opportunity. Might be been a while since we've done it. But, if it's a no, that's fine. Who does she know, or what's the next step for her? She might just want a fall makeover, and you would sell her a full roll-up bag. Well, hate that for you. I will always take it to the next level, all right? So I want you to think about, and you might want to decide it before you leave tonight, who are my 3? Now, the second sheet that was handed out where it says sharing appointments, there's your words. When you say, I don't know what to say. There are your words right there. Use those words. Don't try to recreate the wheel. That's exactly what you say. All right, now, if you're going to be texting this out, which some of you, if you're chicken, go ahead and text. But you can text it, you can. Just make sure you use things like exclamation points in it. Well, in texting, there's kind of a rule of thumb in texting. You have to bring your tone out in a text, right? It can't be all periods, because that's people read it flat. And it can't be all caps, because it sounds like you're yelling at them, right? Yes, there's a rhythm to it. So think about it, guys. All they're going to do is help you out. Now, what I recommend you do is offer her something for helping you. You might want to offer her a free eyeshadow or a lip gloss or a mascara. Or if you know there's something she absolutely loves, if she loves Day Solution, maybe offer a Day Solution at half price. I don't know. One thing I learned years ago, put your money where you're weakest. Okay? Where do you think you're weak at in your business right now? Booking, okay. Okay, where else are you weakest?
Sharing opportunity.
Sharing the opportunity, okay. Okay, so Nicole, if booking is a weakness, how could you put your money where you're weakest? What could you do to help you increase your booking? Offer a little more, yeah. Whatever you want to do. August is a great time. It's back to school. So that's a good excuse to get together with people. And offer a little bit more than you ordinarily would for hostesses, and let them know that. The month of August is a special time that I offer my hostesses more than I ever do throughout the year. Okay? All right. If you're weakest in sharing the opportunity, that's what I offer her. Either say it's your choice. Do you want a free lipstick or mascara, or do you want any regular line item at half price? Your choice. Okay, that's what you do. Does that make sense? That's where you put money where you're weakest. What you want more of, you all, that's the direction that you go in. That's what you offer to people. Okay. One of the things for bookings is for those of you that have very limited time that you can hold parties, then what you might want to do is in your date book. We always talk about highlighting the date book with like green highlighter. Green equals money. So you highlight the times that you want to hold appointments. But on those special days that you're like, I know that I want to hold an appointment every Saturday morning. I know I want to party every Thursday night. Put a star on that date in your date book. So if you're with someone face to face and she's looking at the date book and she sees a green line with a star on it, you can say, now, if you choose one of my star dates for our get-together, you get an extra special something for choosing one of those days. Does that make sense? Right? So then you can ensure, more than likely, you're going to hold parties when you want to. Okay? That's one of your homework assignments. Hold 3 Pearl appointments with your sales director before next Tuesday. Let's really focus on your Power Star Plus. 30 faces and 6 shares. So y'all, Kristen is a perfect example. She added 2 team members this month. Spot on the numbers. 1 and 3. The company says 1 and 5. That's company average is 1 and 5. 5 people you share with, 1 out of 5 will say yes. Share with 6, 2 team members. Kind of cool. Okay? Y'all, here's the thing. You won't build your team if you don't share. So, don't sit there and play mind games with yourself that, oh my gosh, I would love to earn a diamond for Mary Kay. I would love extra money for my family. I would love to be a sales director. I would love to earn a car, when you're not doing a critical piece. And that's simply sharing the opportunity. Again, don't prejudge people. Okay, give everybody the opportunity, because y'all, if you don't ask, she doesn't have the chance to say yes to you. Okay, think about that. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Mary Kay image. Why do we look and dress the way that we do? Now, I know for some people, this is a repeat thing, but we're always teaching this because you will always have new team members. Y'all, the Mary Kay image is a critical thing. Mary Kay asked very few things of us, but one of the things that she did ask is to dress like a lady. She understood the power in wearing dresses and skirts. Okay? Now, I love pantsuits too. I have some beautiful ones. I love them. And I used to wear them a lot when I worked full time, because my office was attached to a warehouse where all the warehouse guys were. And trust me, you did not climb up a ladder in a skirt when they were in there, because just so happened here they come down the aisle, right? Oh, do I have stories about that? But anyway, so I had to learn. On my days I'd be in the warehouse not to wear a skirt. But what I did, now this is kind of funny, my meetings at that time were on Thursday nights. And I had earned my red jacket, so I never missed a meeting. And every Thursday, I would wear a white blouse and a black skirt to work. And then I threw my red jacket in the car. And the guys would laugh and say, "What, are you waitressing tonight?" They always knew Thursdays was my Mary Kay night. Like, "Oh, she's waiting tables tonight," because I did look like a waitress with a white blouse and a black skirt. But that's what I did, you guys. I just planned, if I knew that I had to go to work in pants that day, I just would actually, if I had to wear pants that day, I took my clothes, I walked straight in. A lot of you do this. You walk straight in, you go to the bathroom, you change your clothes. That's why I put a little cute little hook on the back of the door, so you can hang your stuff. I'm very thoughtful like that. And change your clothes. Maybe you need to refresh your makeup, whatever. Y'all, that's what I did. Because I had to haul you-know-what across town. I had to go from the way south end, all the way up to the north side of Colorado Springs. Okay? Hauled you-know-what to get there. And Nancy knew I'd be coming in on 2 wheels, but I would be there. All right? And so that's what she asked of us. And those of you that just went to seminar, you saw that. You saw how women looked and how they dressed. That's what we do. It's an honor of Mary Kay the woman. And I'm going to tell you all, men and women both react very differently to you. Men will treat you differently. Now, I don't mean in a sexist way, but men have a higher respect. I'm just telling you, they do, when you have a skirt on. They just do. When you present yourself in a way, guys, you should be turning heads when you're in public. And unfortunately, it doesn't take much to do that. But when you go out looking like a woman, men and women both pay attention to that. Little girls love that. I've had little girls say, "Mommy, look at her pretty dress." You know, they love that kind of thing. So respect yourself, because when you do, you guys, I mean, how many of you have that outfit that you're like, "I look good. When I put that on, I look good." Y'all got that outfit? Yeah. How many times do you wear that outfit? What? Whenever? How many of you that outfit's something you only wear on special occasions? It's that, Taylor. I love it. Yeah. I mean, think about it. For a lot of people, that outfit is something she only wears on special occasions. Now, this is funny. Here's a perfect example. When we were at seminar, I was coming down the steps during awards night. I was coming down the steps, and they have gentlemen who work at corporate who stand on every step to make sure you don't fall when you're coming down. And so the night before, we had our dinner at corporate. It was so fun. And I wore a green dress, okay? And I wore a green dress. That was it. I'm coming down the steps, and this gentleman goes, "Did you have on a green dress last night?" I'm like, I mean, the thousands of women that he sees. I'm like, "Yeah, actually I did. Hey, dude, what's up?" It was the funniest thing. But y'all, there it goes to prove, out of all the women that he saw, he remembered a green dress. Now, my husband couldn't even, he goes, "What green dress?" There you go. How about that? He didn't even know what green dress I was talking about. But there it goes to prove, you guys, you can stand out in a crowd without really realizing that you are. But that's what you want, you guys. You want to kind of have that sizzle. You want to be that person that people want to know who you are. Or what does she do? You want people drawn to you like that. okay? Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be all glamified. I'm not saying that. It's the energy that you put off to other people. It's the way that you walk in public. My dad taught me that years ago. Always walk with your head held up and look people square in the eye. And because I started to travel when I was young by myself, and I'd fly by myself. So I was a sheltered kid, but it was like, okay, time to grow up, young lady. And he was the one who taught me like how to work airports, how to do all that stuff. It was my dad. And he was like, always look people square in the eye and never look lost or never look afraid. He said, then people will leave you alone. That's true. So, have the sizzle, you guys. Be that person that you look confident, you feel confident. Mary Kay always said, fake it till you make it, didn't she? You can be that girl without quite being that girl yet. And one thing I learned to say to myself, when I was a consultant, I would say, if I were a sales director, what would I be doing right now? During my day. Or if I were a sales director, how would I dress? If I were a sales director, how would I act in this situation? And like Linda Tubman was one I'd always mimic. I'm like, okay, I'm going to act like I think Linda would act. I'm going to say what I think Linda would say. So y'all think about that. Be that it girl, have the it factor that people are curious, what's up with her? I want to get to know her. Does that make sense? Okay. And wear your Mary Kay face. Now, I know this kind of might sound cliche, but seriously, people need to know you're in the beauty business. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not saying I don't go out sometimes without makeup on. I do, but I am camouflaged. All right, I will be covered. There'll be a hat, sunglasses, It's kind of hard to hide a pink Cadillac, but, but it does happen, but I don't try to allow that to happen, okay? Wear your Mary Kay face. People shouldn't say, you do Mary Kay? You know what I mean? Be that person. One of the things I learned years ago, too, is look at Mary Kay's, look at the flip chart. Look at the way the women look in the flip chart. Dress like they do. I learned that. I'd always look at Mary Kay publications and how Red Jackets dress, that's how I dressed. How directors dress, that's how I dressed. So I mimicked. I got that part. All right, so Red Jacket will wear a skirt that. See, that's what I would do. I'd look at how Mary Kay dressed those people, and that's how I mimicked them. Does that make sense? So if you're questioning, am I wearing the right thing? Look through Mary Kay stuff and you'll see that. How many of you had the Mary Kay Beauty Code? Yeah. Okay, brand new. Gotta get one. The Beauty Code, y'all, is one of the greatest, Cindy's nodding her head, y'all, it's one of the greatest tools you can have in your business. It looks so sharp. Pretty sure I was wearing my Beauty Code when I met you three. Yes, I was wearing my Beauty Code. I love the Beauty Code because I am notorious for getting things on me. There's never fails a foundation will go boom. And squirts everything. How many of us have ruined stuff? Yeah, but a Beauty Code washes right out. It has pockets so you can put things in. I always have my ink pens in there and, lip gloss samples or whatever I need during my party, cotton balls, things like that. But y'all, it looks professional. When I was building my business as a consultant, I wore my Beauty Code out in public all the time. So when I go to run errands, I put my Beauty Code on because it still put me in the mindset to work. So even though I might be running into Walgreens, somebody sees it, and it was always striking up conversation. And they look professional. Because when you think of a doctor, what should they have on? A white coat. Yeah, I just saw mine this morning. I know. That white coat syndrome thing, I so have that. I know. Every time they take my blood pressure, like, your blood pressure's so high. I said, because I hate white coats. I'm not nervous. I just don't want to be here. I always do that. It's the craziest thing. I take it at home, and it's perfectly fine. Then I see a white coat. There it goes. But that's how we see them. I mean, how would you feel if your doctor walked in and he had on sweatpants and a sweatshirt? I'm not going to take him too seriously. I'm like, do you take your job seriously? Because I don't know, right? So it's the same thing with you, y'all. When you wear a beauty coat, it says to the world, I'm a professional, okay? So you can earn those through being a star consultant, getting the voucher and getting it for free. Love that. Rachel, you just got yours, didn't you? Yeah, that's awesome. And last thing in Mary Kay Image is the cleanliness of your starter kit and your bags and your car. Now, if you drive a Mary Kay car, I am a Nazi about it. Ashley will tell you that. There are days she'll say, do not go close to my car. But I am. If Mary Kay gives you a car to drive, I expect it to be clean. Because Mary Kay, and I remember hearing her say this. I was literally in the presence of Mary Kay when she said, I've never seen a dirty pink Cadillac, and I better not. So that stuck in my head, don't ever drive a dirty pink Cadillac. But, you know, that's a gift. But you guys, if you're going to drive a vehicle, make sure it's clean. If you have Mary Kay on it anywhere, take that seriously, okay? People they want to work with someone who has respect, okay? If you respect your vehicle, your belongings, the way that you look, that's what people are drawn to, okay? You don't have to have a pink Cadillac to get business in your vehicle. How I launched my business in Michigan was because I had a Mary Kay decal on the back of my car window, and a woman approached me, and she held the very first party, and that launched my business in Michigan. Okay? All right. Okay, enough about that. Okay, so communication. All healthy relationships enjoy good communication. If, you know, check your email. We don't do so much email anymore. We just don't. Email's really becoming quite antiquated. But I do send out some things. Nicole is great about getting things out in my office. Make sure you pay attention to your email. If you have an email that has a lot of junk in it, you might want to create a new one just for your Mary Kay stuff to go into. But everybody on Voxer, I think everybody's on Voxer, I believe so. Okay, good. Make sure you check your Voxer. Now, mine got a little hanky when I came back from Europe, and I can't get it fixed. So I have no notification anymore with my Voxer. I've tried everything, including contacting Voxer, and they can't figure out what's wrong. So it no longer beeps, and it also no longer has a little indicator that says I have messages. So Amy has to remind herself on a daily basis many times to check Voxer. Drives me crazy. But you all know I'm pretty quick about getting back to you, right? And I am. And y'all, here's the thing. I do that out of respect, okay? And number one, I don't want to have a million things I got to do in the morning, right? So I will promise you that I do try to get back with you within at least 12 hours. If you haven't heard from me in 12 hours, there is something wrong usually, or I'm somewhere that I can't get to it, okay? But know that I out of respect to you and your time and your questions, you might be in the middle of a party and have a question. I want to try to get back to you as quick as I can, all right? It's all the same thing. When it comes to your customers, don't let a message sit for 3 days, okay? I have had to clean up some situations because some consultants have dropped the ball. And somehow they get in touch with me, just knowing me, meeting me, whatever, through that connection, because their consultant refuses to get back with them in a timely manner. Mary Kay always said, undersell and over-deliver. Okay, undersell and over-deliver. So, you know, take that soft approach in what we do, but do go a step beyond in your service. You want to be that Mary Kay consultant that people say, you should work with my consultant. Okay, do that and then some for people. But the key is, you guys, is communicate. And I'm begging you, communicate with me, okay? The worst thing you can do is have a bad Mary Kay day and not reach out. Now, in that, be careful who you reach out to. Never reach out across. That means never reach out to your team members or your sister consultants. You always reach up. Whoever is that person a step above, okay? Which usually means your sales director. Because here's the thing. You may have a catch in booking, whatever. And I could give you a key little idea in a matter of 2 minutes that you go, oh my word, why didn't I think of that? And you turn right around and use what I just taught you and got a booking just like that. It can be fixed in a matter of minutes, right? Whereas you choose to waller in whatever and you let it go for days. Oh, and then I'm not going to go on Tuesday night. Okay, really? No. We always have had a saying, when you've had a great week, the meeting needs you. When you've had a not so great week, you need the meeting. Okay? Y'all, you just don't miss. That was one thing, y'all, I never missed. Even when I wasn't actively, so to speak, working my business, I was at my meetings. I didn't want to miss out on anything. Man, that's where you got all the news. I didn't know. Okay? But I had to connect. We have to stay connected to one another. It's a critical part of this business, guys. That's how Mary Kay has been built, is through relationships. Relationships with each other, with your sales director, with the company. It is a relationship building business, y'all, that will stand the test of time. And you'll never want to leave because you can't imagine not having these people in your life. That's me. I don't know who would be my friend. I really don't. Like, I mean, really, you know? I mean, I have friends outside of Mary Kay, but guys, the world is so different. My conversations with my Mary Kay girlfriends are so different, so powerfully different. I mean, conversations like with Vicki. Imagine trying to help her write her $1 million speech. I mean, we're not talking about bad stuff. You know, it is uplifting and just a completely different thought. You know, when we go through life, my closest friends, when we have life going on, guys, the way we talk to each other and walk each other through processes of life is so different than so many of my friends outside of Mary Kay. Because they choose to waller and waller and waller. And I could talk to them today and 5 years can go by and they're still holding on to the same stuff. It's just crazy. But in this Mary Kay world, we don't do that, do we? It's positive, it's uplifting. We're going to take you up a notch. It's okay to have life. It happens. It happens to all of us. If you haven't had life happen to you yet, it's going to. But we're the ones who walk you through it and get you moving, okay? So stay in communication always. Okay, weekly accomplishment sheets. This is online. I do have a paper one for you. Thank you, Nicole. To take a look at. Another one of your homework assignments. Submit your weekly accomplishment sheet this week. This will be found on Mary Kay in Touch. How many of you have never seen this? It's new to you. If you're new, it's going to be new to you. Okay, weekly accomplishment sheet. So when you go on Mary Kay in Touch, under Business Tools, click on that. It'll scroll down to the bottom and you'll see weekly accomplishment sheets. This is one of the most critical pieces of your business when it comes to tax season. Okay? You will be happy at the end of the year in January when you go to run it. Did you get one? There you go. We should have plenty. Everybody got one? All right. At the end of the year, when you go to run all your numbers, to take all your write-offs, if you don't have this information, you're going to be hating life, and don't call me and cry about it. Okay? Weekly accomplishment sheet. You all, this is something you do on a weekly basis. Now, I actually recommend you do it daily. Every time you make a sale, every time you hold a party, whatever it is, enter this information in. It takes a moment to do it. Why do I say daily? Because the first time I missed a $1,000 week by $9 was a lesson learned. Because I didn't do it till Sunday night about 11 p.m. I'm like, oh, I missed it by $9. Who could buy mascara at 11:30 at night? And I'm so honest that I went to my meeting that week and I stood up for $991. But had I done it all week long instead of waiting till the end of the week and adding it up, I would have known I can sell another mascara. Okay, so Business Tools weekly accomplishment sheet. It will look exactly like this. It's very user friendly. Guys, you just read across the lines and fill in your information. Now, a couple of things in particular for you to know. Let's see. Okay. Okay, towards the right-hand side, hostess gifts, where it says hostess gifts or a gift with purchase at cost, section 2. Do y'all see that? That is if you gave something like one of the deluxe minis at the party, you would write that cost in there, whatever that costs, $2.50, let's say. You would write that cost in there. Section 2 are your sales aid supplies. And then product given away at suggested retail, that's section 1. So if your hostess earned $50 in free product, you would write 50 in there, okay? That's section 1, that's product. And then non-recovered sales tax, that is like that $50 and you do not charge sales tax on that because you gave it away. So it's your sales tax that you paid on that $50. And that is the amount you would write in there. Because literally on your taxes, when you file a Schedule C with your taxes, there is a line that says non-recovered sales tax. So what happens is, as you begin to keep all this information in Touch, it stores it in there. So at the end of every week, you'll see it keeps a running total at the bottom year to date. So on January 1st, you just go in, print your very last week of December. All of your numbers are right there. So you just transfer right over to Schedule C. Trust me, right? Consultants who do this, it's a happy day. When you have all this, the last thing you want to do is go through 10 months of Mary Kay receipts and add it all in. Don't do it. Do it every week. Now, at the end of that, when you fill all this out, it has an option, submit to your sales director. That would be me or Ashley or Janet. You just click on that submit and we'll get a copy of it. Now, what's another great reason to have this sheet? To be able to look at your numbers. Why? You'll know your prizes. The greatest thing is this, you guys, you run a business. You will know your numbers. Okay? A tracked number grows. So if you want to earn a diamond with the National Court of Sales, you got to track it. Right? You got to track it. You got to know when you hit 40,000 retail. It won't just happen. Chances are. Okay? But you're going to know your averages. You'll be able, after 6 months, to run your averages and know how much do I sell per face? What's my average party sales? How many people do I need to share the opportunity with to get a team member? Because all that information is right here on this sheet. And when you send this to me, I can print it out and look at it, and I can tell you immediately where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are. I can tell by looking at this. Okay? Anybody have any questions about this? I know it looks like a lot, but when you go on to fill it out, it's really easy. Okay? So if you haven't already, go back to that first week of business and enter that in. Okay? So that's one of your homework assignments. Submit that before meeting Tuesday night. I'd love to see that. Another thing in communication, because that weekly accomplishment sheet is part of communicating with me. It helps me to be able to help you. I can quickly look on there and go, okay, there might be a little bit of a weakness here in bookings. I need to work with Nicole on that. Okay. Another thing is your message on your phone needs to sound professional. The worst thing is, I mean, kids are darling, but I don't want to hear your 2-year-old say, "My mommy's not home right now. My mommy can't come to the phone." Y'all know. What did Mary Kay Corporate call you? You know, I mean, make it sound professional because you are going to acquire customers. And they need to know that when they call you, oh, okay. I mean, like I call people and there's weird noise coming out. I just hang up the phone. I'm like, what is that about? Okay, I want you to sound professional. Office in your home, please have a separate space. Have a separate space. Don't have it from one end of the house to the other. Oh my word, it gets mixed in with kids' toys, all that stuff. Have a separate space so that you can respect it and respect your family. If you don't have a lot of space, then on-the-go file box is great. You can carry it with you. You can put it in your car. You can be out and about. Somebody asks for a book, you can go pull one out. Instead of carrying around in your purse, it gets a little wrinkled and looking, you can keep it in an on-the-go file box. How many of you have your 3-ring binder? Yes, 3-ring binder. Okay. If you don't, grab one and get it. Y'all, that's what all this stuff is going in. Okay? Again, you don't want it everywhere. You want to be able to get your hands on it. Okay, so get your 3-ring binder. On the cover of that 3-ring binder is going to be your magic dream and magic number. If you haven't worked on that yet, let me know. We will work on that with you. Magic dream and magic number. Okay, so the last thing as we finish up, your homework again, your 3 chats with your sales director this week. Submit your weekly accomplishment sheet. And get at least 1 new booking. 1 new booking this week. That could be for Super Saturday, it could be for Tuesday night, it could be a party, it could be a facial. That to be held in the month of August. Okay? Any questions? Any questions? Y'all got it? Okay. Next week, we are going to be working on Magic Dream and Magic Number. We're going to talk about the Preferred Customer Program, time management. Anybody want to learn more about time management?
Yep.
Yes, my favorite thing to talk about. We're going to be working on that, designing your life. We're going to design our life next week. Does that sound good? Yes. All right. Okay, so your prize then, your prize for this week will be to earn your Pearls of Sharing earrings. All right, I got it? Earn your earrings. So wherever you are on that, if you need 3, 2, or 1, whatever, we're going to earn the pearls. Got it?